Yo, YouTube, what up? So, do you think that we should just shut up about colorism? Those who speak out about colorism, right? Do you think that we should just shut up about colorism and just accept it? Just accept, hey, it's just that's kind of like the way it is, and it's not going to really change, so kind of like why talk about it? And I'm going to approach this question from both angles, yes and no. All right. I'll start with yes. Reasons why I guess we perhaps should just be quiet about colorism and just accept it. All right. Um, Colorism and conversations about colorism can be seen as divisive, right? It can be seen as we're stirring the pot. We're trying to cause confusion. We're making people feel uncomfortable. You know, villainizing people over things that are, you know, not exactly in their control in some cases as well. Also, colorism derives from white supremacy. So perhaps we should just concentrate on eliminating white supremacy. And thus, when we eliminate white supremacy, colorism will cease to exist because, they're both connected. Colorism can't exist without white supremacy. The idea or the system of white supremacy, I should say, right? Really, the system of white degeneracy, right? Really. Also the argument that, we're all black, right? We're all black people, there's no differences between us, or we shouldn't emphasize our differences, right? We should just emphasize our similarities more. And these colorism conversations tend to emphasize differences and tends to, again, divide people and villainize people. So again, it's like, hmm. Yeah. And also some arguments that colorism really honestly isn't really a big deal. It doesn't really affect that many people in the community. You know, um, most people have their preferences, you know, and we can't knock people for having preferences, right? I mean, you have preferences. I have preferences. Everybody has preferences. So why should we be villainized over our preferences because some person doesn't agree with them? All right. All right. So that was me approaching this question from the yes point of view, right? Yes, we should stop, conversations about colorism and just accept it. All right. Now I'm going to approach this question from the no point of view, negative point of view. All right. Well, I say no, the no point of view. All right. I don't think that we should completely, I don't think we should stop having conversations about colorism. You know, just because you have conversations about colorism doesn't mean that you're being divisive. It doesn't mean that you're being a colorist yourself. It's not a bad thing to talk about an issue that affects really the entire community in different ways. Also, what issue is ever resolved by not addressing it, right? If you have a problem with a friend, a family member, um, a significant other, don't you, like, shouldn't you talk about it? Shouldn't you bring it to their attention? I mean, how is the problem ever going to get solved if there's not even a discussion about it? In fact, people may not even know that they are causing a problem until you bring it to their attention. Heck, coworkers, business associates as well. Again, like this way of dealing with this, I don't think that is a great way to deal with any problem. is, not addressing the problem. That's the way to go. Like, I don't understand that. You know, I mean, is this how we deal with racism? Let's be honest. Is this how we deal with racism? If if a black person told another black person, if you overheard a black person saying, we really just need to stop talking about racism. It ain't going away. We just need to accept it. You know. And honestly, on some level, I think that that could be true. It doesn't seem to be going away, so perhaps maybe we should just accept that's the way that it is. It's just racism. But if you don't if you don't put forth any effort to change it, then it really won't go away though. You know? And these are hard conversations to have sometimes, in terms of colorism. Because it's kind of like us against us. You know, I think that racism conversations are easier because it's like us against them. But when it's us against us, people start to get really emotional about it. People start to really feel some type of a way, as if you're calling them out, as if you're demonizing them, if villainizing them. And some people are very good at derailing conversations. I ain't gonna call no names out in this particular video. I probably should, but I ain't, because it's just gonna turn it'll just get me into a whole nother topic. But some people are, have that down to a pseudoscience about how to derail conversations about colorism. At this point, I'm like, is there like somebody giving a class about this? Like, how to derail conversation about colorism 101. And honestly, I think when you become, quote unquote, woke to colorism, as well to like racism and all other social stuff, like issues and things like that. But when you become woke to it, it's kind of hard to go back to sleep, at least for some people, because sometimes depending on the type of person you are, you may feel like you just need to keep going forward and see this all the way through to the end. It's kind of like if you ever seen like a mystery movie or like a mystery television show or something, some type of like crime or something that happens, and the person is investigating, and they slowly are starting to piece all of the pieces together, but someone tries to scare them off the trail. You know, maybe try to harm them or kill them in some way to scare them off of the trail, because they know that they're getting closer and closer to solving the mystery, right? And I feel like low key that dynamic, or that's at play low key here, where it's like people, I don't think they want it. They don't want it. Like, no, we got to stop this. But I'll say, if conversations about colorism make you feel uncomfortable, make you feel some type of way, make you feel angry, trigger you in some type of way, then I think that it's best for you to opt out. Perhaps, you may opt out and think about things and opt back in. Perhaps you may just opt out and totally just opt out. If you can't handle these conversations, then it's okay. It's all right. Sometimes, honestly, I think I need to opt out of, on occasions, kind of like just take a break, because sometimes things can just get too toxic and poisonous sometimes. When people are just spreading poison throughout the whole community, or at least the conversation has become poisonous and toxic, and it's just like, it's a little too much. I think I just need to take a break for a moment, and just think about things and just regroup a little bit, you know. You know, because once you really start clocking the fucked upness of it all, it can be a bit much to handle. You know, I think honestly, I think for the whole group, for you know, all groups involved in colorism, for everybody, I think it can be a bit much, and this is why sometimes you have people reacting this sort of way. You know, the pushback, right? But I'm going to bring this video to a close. Thanks for watching, you guys. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. I really scratch the subscription. My bad. No subscription. I appreciate the subscriptions, but I won't ask you to subscribe. But comment and like. Thanks for watching. Adios and goodbye for now.